Spoiler alert, spoiler alert. If you're going to watch this, you're going to know the whole movie, the whole thing. You have been warned.
Rob, can you hear me? You've got to get moving. You've got to come on down.
There's no oxygen. You go. I'm done. No, I'm not leaving you behind. Come on. It's gonna take all we got. We're all getting down together. Now let's go.
If anyone can make it, you can.
All right, everybody, welcome to another edition of the F&M Movie Review Show. Today we're going to be reviewing Everest, the IMAX 3D experience that was just released Friday. I'm Andres Gutierrez.
I'm Chintan Shah.
And this is a full spoilers review. So if you haven't seen the movie, it's going to get ruined for you. Just letting you know. So my first impression of this movie was, it was actually a pretty good first impression. I thought it was going to be like a really cool movie with, great special effects and everything. Also the fact that it was based on a true story was also another real in for me. So yeah, I was looking forward to seeing a really good movie.
Yeah. For me also it was like that. When I saw like the movie, like the trailer, not the movie, it was really amazing. I was like kind of thrilled by the trailer. Like the shots they had in there, I was like, oh yeah, this is gonna be awesome. And it was Everest, and we all know Everest. And because I'm from India, so and Everest is in India, so I was like, oh yeah, something that is gonna be like really awesome in the India, and Hollywood peoples are gonna make it. So I was like, yay! And all the Academy winners, like nominated winners, were all in there.
Josh Brolin, Jake Gyllenhaal, Sam Worthington.
Yeah. So I was like looking really forward to that. I was like, yes, this is gonna be awesome. Yeah, as you said, IMAX 3D experience, it was good. So I was excited for that.
All right, so the good was I would have to say the intense drama of it when man tries to take on a force of nature.
Yeah.
Mount Everest is like the ultimate force of nature. Just really great job when the storms hit. It's just so violent. It's so scary. The way it was filmed makes you feel like you were in that. The peril that all these people were in, it was just it was insane. It was good insane, and and the IMAX and the 3D made it even that much more. Every shot when they would walk across the ladders and the camera would show down. Inside, and I was like, oh man, it's like you fall, you're dead.
Yeah.
I mean, even some of the characters saying like, some of these are so deep, some of these crevices are so deep they don't even have a bottom.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh man, it's like, if you have a slight fear of heights, or if you suffer from like vertigo, this movie might make you feel it even when you're in a theater. Yeah. But the way it was shot makes you feel like you're there.
You're there. Yeah, for sure. Like for me also, like as we say, like the good was especially about the scenes that they had, the storms, the way they made the storms coming to the characters, the difficulty that they had it in there, and they're like trying to overcome it. And the guy who like the story is based on this guy Rob, and he's there, and so like, and we get excited and we are like, oh, what's gonna happen next? And you guys said about the ladders thing. When you go, you feel like, oh god, if I was there, I'm not gonna do it.
Yeah.
It was like really deep, so I'm kind of like afraid of heights. So I was like, no, I can't do it. But in the overall, it was really good. The story, I like it. So
Yeah, you felt very emotionally attached to these characters. You wanted everybody to make it out of there alive.
Yeah.
And I mean, the fortunate is not everybody did. And even the hardest part is when at the end when they show the credits to where they say their bodies are still up there.
Still up there.
Because the conditions is impossible to go get them.
Yeah.
So chances are anyone else who's climbed Everest afterwards probably come across some of those bodies.
Yeah.
And, so it's a heartbreaking type of deal as well.
Yeah, for sure.
So the bad, I would have to say the bad for me is that it started off very slow, very very slow. You see everyone rolling up to this airport in New Zealand, following Rob, one of the main, I would say, leaders of this expedition group. I guess they had like 20 different teams going on because I guess it's supposed to be some kind of race or competition or something whose team can get up to the summit and back down first, something more or less. And there's just a lot of pitter patter meeting all these other people from around the world who are coming to climb Mount Everest for one reason or another. So yeah, that's just the bad things that it started off very very pretty slow.
Yeah, for me it was also like the almost same. Like the story in the start was like really really slow. They could have made it a little faster and more, attractive for like audience's eye.
Yeah,
to get it.
do something to pull me more into it.
Yeah. So I was
Maybe
like,
more
yeah, for sure. I was also like that. So for me, the only bad, like for whole movie, the bad was like just about the starting story, the starting like first act when they kind of was like setting up the environment, but it was little slow. They could have made it faster, and then it would be like more awesome. Yeah. So only one thing.
Yeah. Another bad thing for me is that I wish they kind of went also more into why some of the other people were climbing. I mean, we found out the reason why some other people were climbing. The one Japanese lady, she reached
Seventh.
She already reached her 7th summit. She met all the 6 summits of like some of the largest mountains in the world, and she's climbed every single one except for Everest. So that's why she was there.
Yeah.
Beck, Josh Brolin's character, he was there because the way he described it to me, it sounded like he said that his home life was unsatisfying.
Mm-hmm.
So when he was out there,
Yeah.
he felt free. Because he said like when he was at home, like a dark cloud was following him, so he didn't like that. When he was out climbing a mountain, it's like he forgot all that.
Yeah.
Another guy was David. I think his name was David.
David.
He went up there because he wanted to inspire these kids that if a normal guy can go out and make these impossible dreams become possible. He didn't let his dreams be dreams. He also had the flag from the kids that they gave to him because like they want you to put it on the top of the summit so it showed that he made it.
Yeah.
And unfortunately he did make it, but he didn't make it back down.
Yeah.
Which, well, he did make it back down, but not the way he'd intended. He fell all the way down.
Yeah.
So yeah, I just wish that some of the other characters, I just really wish I knew why they were there as well. That's also another bad thing.
Yeah. Maybe. I'm not sure about that, but I can say yes because for me it was like everyone had their own reasons, and the movie was about actually Rob and his team, So I don't know if we would like to concentrate on that other people. That's what I'm just saying. So yeah.
My final thought was that it was a really good and emotionally intense movie. You felt really attached to these characters. You really feel it when, especially Rob, dies up there.
Yeah.
Especially when they first saw that they were going to go get him, and you see that they were so close, but they had to turn back because the storm got worse. And he was he was right there. I almost wanted to scream, "He's right there! Just go a little further and get him!"
Yeah.
And then it's like, "Oh, we have to come back tomorrow." I was like, "Oh no, oh no!" And then another thing when I also loved how Josh Brolin's character Beck basically came back to life after he was losing his eyesight, and they slipped when they were heading back to the second base camp.
Yeah.
And I guess he landed really hard, so he couldn't get up and he couldn't really see. But when some of the other more experienced climbers went out into the storm again, everybody was weak, totally exhausted.
Yeah.
They went to go see who else might have been alive, so they just looked at Beck. They didn't see him moving at all, so they assumed he was dead.
Yeah.
And they checked the pulse on the Japanese lady. She was dead.
Yeah.
She was dead, but Beck wasn't dead because he was reaching up like he almost. It was like it reminded me of Titanic, to where
he's
when you see the
trying
boat,
to-
and just like trying to swim, but he can't. He doesn't have the power to.
Yeah.
And then you think, oh no, now he's dead too.
And about the character that we were talking about, Buck. We see the first shot of him after like a day. We see him, his just an eyes like boom. He wakes up, and then the next shot is like they are panning, and we see all his fingers are like that,
Yeah,
and
they're
it's like
stuck like
totally
this.
blooded. Like the blood is like frozen in there. It's like all totally black,
the
and he's like,
cold
yeah,
completely just destroyed
got
his
him.
skin.
Yeah,
Just destroyed
and
his
then he's
skin.
trying to wake up, but he can't. He falls, and he tries to again. We stand up, and he walks.
He goes to the
walks.
Japanese lady
Yeah.
first to try and wake her up,
Yeah,
and then he
but-
feels that she's frozen solid,
Yeah.
she's dead. So then he
And-
walks over to
yes,
the kid.
and then he tries to walk, and then when they see Bucky or Matt, you there? Oh yeah, and then they get in, and that was like the best moment, you know? Like, okay, yes, he finally made it.
And they call for the chopper to come get him,
Yeah.
and then the chopper almost doesn't make it.
Make
it has
it.
to turn around, to
around.
lighten the load. One pilot, they take a whole bunch of crap out of it. It still almost doesn't make
Yeah,
it.
and then
when you get instant chopper, it almost doesn't make it back.
Back,
Because it's like it was
because
going to
they have
start
to chip
falling.
it
I was
down.
like, oh no.
Yeah.
And then it's like they made it, and I was like, oh. Then they ended with him hugging his wife. Hey, Peachy.
yeah, right?
And then she's hugging him. His hands are all bandaged up.
Yeah.
He has, I guess, like this type of medication stuff on his cheek to treat the frostbite.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was just great. And then you go with the real life stories, like how they say the people who lost their lives up there, their bodies are still up there.
Yeah.
Beck actually had to lose both his hands and his nose due to the frostbite.
Yes.
And
So-
that experience had to change everybody who was involved forever. So
Yeah.
it was just
That was like the turning point, like in the movie. Plus, it was a turning point in all of the characters' life as well, and that got me like real into it. And because it was like really, really emotional, you were like, okay, what's gonna happen next? Oh, he shouldn't die. He shouldn't die. I want him to be alive. You feel like you are there, and like, wish I could help. Wish I could help.
I know,
It was like that.
I really was thinking. I was like, God, I wish I was there so I could help. those
I know
people.
I can't do anything else because I don't have that much willpower, but you feel that, you know, like you feel that you are there with that characters, the way they have done it. You're like, okay, I can do it, or maybe they can do it, or something can happen, some miracle, or the storm goes down and Rob wakes up, something. But
Yeah,
you know, like, oh, and then you see now its body still there. I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Wish he was
It does a
alive.
good job of showing the strength of the human spirit, but this movie is also one of the very few that shows just how powerless man can be against nature.
Yeah,
In the end, nature wins with this.
for sure. Like,
It's a
every time.
it's a very bittersweet ending. Beck is able to make it home to his family, so a lot of the other expeditioners, but you know, not without some great cost.
Yeah, that's what I thought. The same thing. Yeah. So final thought was like,
Alright.
it was really amazing.
Yeah. For a rating, I'll give this a 4.5 out of 5. It's a very, very emotionally charged film, very intense film with the storm sequences and everything. You feel very attached to these characters. You're hoping all of them make it, but it starts off. The first act is very, very slow, establishing everybody. So that's why I can't give it a perfect 5. So I'll give it a 4.5 out of 5.
Yeah. Same for me. I would also give like 4.5 out of 5. As we were discussing before, the story like in the first act was really, really slow. They got to characters and this and that, so it should be like a little faster, and I would have given like 5 out of 5. But yeah, total I would be giving 4.5. And one last thing that I would like to suggest the people they are watching, please watch it in IMAX or 3D, please, so you can get like a perfect experience of the effects they have, and you will get emotionally attached to each and every character. So I would suggest you guys to watch it like that.
Yeah, if you said yesterday you were going to watch an IMAX movie, today is tomorrow for yesterday. Don't let your dreams be dreams, okay? That's also another moral of the story. Just do it! All right, just do it! Okay, so that does it for our installation of F&M Movie Review Show. I'm Andres Gutierrez,
I'm Chintan Shah.
and we will see you ladies and guys next time.
Yeah, you will
ya.
see girls for sure.
Yeah, I'll see girls. You guys can pass, whatever. But, you know.
All right.
Alright.
That's our final thoughts. See you later, guys.
Hey guys, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, why not give it a thumbs up down below? And while you're at it, why not hit the subscribe button to see more? Thanks again, guys.